Hello Canada, I'm Philippe Baudry and your host for Canada Games TV Today. It is just an amazing day today in Prince George, and I'm happy to tell you we have a great show lined up for you. First off, we have an athlete from Saskatchewan who overcame breaking her femur and is now here at the Canada Games trying to bring back the gold for her team. We have our reporter, Ryan Lipper, to bring back the details.
Playing ringette on the national stage is a huge accomplishment for Sydney Irving, and being the first athlete from Prince George selected to Team BC is an added bonus.
More people around the community were getting excited, wearing games gear, and then it was like, wow, this is here. And it was just a cool feeling to be like, hey, I was the first Prince George athlete. It's pretty cool.
Sydney is the only player on the squad from Prince George, but teammates from the nearby Quesnel are also delayed about playing so close to home.
Yeah, it was awesome because even our first game, like probably half the stands were people from Quesnel and Prince George cheering us on, and I knew most of them, which is not usually the case because we're usually traveling all over the place.
Yeah, it's a really incredible feeling. Just leading up to the games, knowing people from Prince George and the ringette community, it's so exciting because they're like, we're going to be there cheering you on in your team, like we're so proud of you.
Everyone's been super like honking their horns when we drive by, really supportive, and like go Team BC, and always like watching our games and have our back.
A part of the Winter Games for her fourth time, their coach wants the girls to soak in what they've earned.
Just to be proud of, they've worked so hard, and to be so proud of themselves of how far they've come, of improving and just getting better, and within their own selves they've gotten so better.
And for Sydney, just being able to play in Prince George is a reward in itself.
It's a big honor to be able to say you're playing in your hometown at a national event.
Team BC is looking to improve on their 8th place finish from the 2011 games, and you can bet that the home ice advantage will help in that goal. Ryan Lepper for Canada Games TV Today.
Have you ever thought how those athletes in curling put that big rock in that little circle? For me, it sounds just impossible, but we have our reporter, Daniel Stevens, to show you how.
I'm here today with Team Tardy. They are here today to represent BC at the National Quidditch Tournament. Now, roughly for 7 years, how Slytherin has been dominating. What do you guys have to do to beat Slytherin? What's your strategy? You guys are Quidditch team, right?
No.
No. You're, what do you got? Curlers. That would explain the ice. You sure you're curlers?
Yeah.
Fire my producer. All right. What determines you guys choosing a skip?
I like it.
You like it?
Yeah. The rest of us don't like it.
It's great not being skipped because if we don't win, we have a person to blame.
That's good. I like that. That's a very good strategy.
Yeah.
See, that's why I have a producer. They tell me I'm interviewing a Quidditch team, and I'm not. How many lozenges do you guys go through on a weekly basis?
Multiple.
Multiple. Do you guys have a preference, like say Halls or Mentos, the fresh maker?
All the way Halls, yeah. The ones with the liquid in the middle?
Yeah?
Yeah, that's the ones.
Okay, does juicy fruit move you?
Occasionally, I'd say yes.
I feel it moves me.
It does.
Moves right through me.
Juicy. Fruit moves you. It moves you, not. Okay.
About 50-50.
Oh, that's okay. All right. As curlers, you guys moved away from the straw brooms a while ago, and then we just kind of plateaued. Have you guys tried Swiffer or Swiffer Wet Jet?
No. That would be efficient, maybe illegal.
So who's caught the most snitches? Oh, no, that's sorry, that's still Quidditch. We're good. Team Tardy. Now, why Tardy? Are you guys notoriously late for?
Because it's my last name.
Oh.
It's with an I, not a Y.
That would have been nice to know. I have a list of other names, other curling team names here that I've been given, just in case you ever consider changing your name. Sweeping Beauties? No? Curling Me Softy?
I'd work in a beer league, but...
What about Legion of Broom?
That's pretty good.
I like that.
That's
Yeah,
okay?
we might
Legion of Broom?
Change your name.
Yeah, change his name.
Change my
All
last
that
name
takes
to
is a
Legion.
couple legal documents. You just head down. Now it's Tyler Legion of Broom.
Exactly.
That's all last name. That's not even hyphenated.
Oh no.
Airport.
All one word.
Well, thank you guys for showing up. I hope you mop up the competition and just take these fans and sweep them off their feet.
Good fun.
Yeah, rock on. All right.
Thank
you
you.
guys so much
Thank
for
you.
coming.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Coming up after the break, an inside look at chocolate in Prince George. Sweet.
There is an ancient rhythm that flows through all things, through rocky spires and ocean's swell, the endless stillness of green. And in the restless depths of human hearts, the voice of the wild within.
Welcome back. Now let's move to a touching story. It's a family affair in wheelchair basketball. Our reporter, Rihanna Schmunk, has more.
On her way to the Canada Winter Games, Paula Higgins would happily spend hours practicing just like this. But lucky for her, she didn't always have to do it alone. She and her sister Erin both play wheelchair basketball for Team BC.
And I found out I made Team BC, I was really, really excited, but what was probably even more exciting for me is that, Erin made the team as well.
But the family affair goes beyond that. The girls' parents, they're both Paralympians. Their father, Joe, powered through cerebral palsy, eventually becoming an acclaimed wheelchair basketball coach. He and his wife met as athletes.
It was a long flight, and Joe seemed to be a funny kind of guy who was able to entertain for 14 hours, and we got chatting, and I guess the rest is history.
The couple married, and it didn't take long for their two eldest able-bodied daughters to catch the wheelchair basketball bug.
Once they had the opportunity to try and play as children or juniors, they were right away swept into it and have discovered a passion for it themselves that pretty much is very close to Joe's passion for it. So it's been really exciting to see them play together.
And the fact that they're both able-bodied players makes it even more special that they chose to play wheelchair basketball, because I've always considered it a great integrated sport. And now they have made their own niche in the sport.
But making that niche on the Canada Games scale wasn't always easy, and Paula almost couldn't do it on her own.
At the selection camp, there was a point where I didn't think I was going to make the team, and I was feeling really discouraged. Erin took me aside and she kind of just talked to me and helped me feel better and like gave me a bit, like let me focus again. And the next day, probably played one of my best games of wheelchair basketball, and I don't know if I could have done that if it hadn't been for her.
Those bonds that carry athletes aren't just born from blood. They come from an attitude that's easily found both on and off the court.
Most of the people who play wheelchair basketball have extraordinary stories of how they've overcome their injuries or their disabilities and turn them into strengths and abilities. And now when they get on the court, we focus on what type of athletes they are, and the fact that they have disabilities becomes very secondary. And I think it's been a great lesson for our family to be able to focus on the things you can do rather than the things you can't do.
We're 5 on a team, 5 in the family. That's perfect.
Rihanna Schmung for Canada Games TV today.
The Canada Games are so inspiring for the youth. Our reporter, Victoria Levy, went to speak with aspiring athletes to learn about their dreams.
Well, I'm down here at the Canada Games Plaza and it's just packed with families and so many young kids. I thought I'd ask them what's their favorite sport and when can we expect to see them at a Canada Games?
Probably one day, and just because it's fun. And it's just exciting to see all these people cheering for you.
Yeah, hopefully the 2017 Canada Summer Games. I'm going for that for Team BC.
Well, actually, one of my cousins are joining it, so I'm really happy she can go too. So hopefully, maybe one day I can join.
Can you tell me what kind of sports you like to play?
Soccer.
You play soccer, and do you think maybe one day you'll be at the Canada Games?
Yes.
That'd be baseball.
Maybe the trampolines, or like maybe table tennis. By working really hard and always going as hard as I can.
Well, it seems like there's a lot of local athletic talent here in Prince George, and we could be seeing some of these young athletes at Canada Games in the future. Victoria Levy for Canada Games TV today.
So we're back to our chocolate story, and our reporter, Chantal Koskitsa, had a little look at some chocolate creations made especially for Canada Games, and maybe a little taste.
Chocolate. Some might say it makes the world go round. And for Kathy Springall and all the staff at Au Chocolat, having the Canada Winter Games in Prince George could not be more exciting.
All of Canada coming to Prince George. When can we say that this has ever happened in Prince George before? Never. Hopefully in the future it will for other events, but right now is a time to seize the moment and say, hey, we are here.
After a career as an RCMP officer, Springall opened Au Chocolat 6 years ago as a coffee shop.
I decided that we wanted to buy a little coffee shop. Ended up being coerced, I want to say is almost the word, to learning how to make chocolate. And once I was in it, it was absolutely fantastic. So I learned how, and then we added chocolates to our coffee shop. And as they say, the rest is history.
The store has quickly become a big part of the community, and Springall made sure to do as much as possible to get the city excited for the games.
We celebrate a different province or territory every day, and I needed some flags in order to show that we're celebrating that day or that province or that territory. The kids at the school were my best choice at this point because it's part of their curriculum at school. They have to do geography. Why not? Canada's coming. Let's show them all the diverse flags that happen across the country.
Each day the cafe serves a specific soup that represents the province or territory of the day to help the athletes feel more at home. But the biggest contribution for the games actually comes from these. Au Chocolat plans to sell 5,000 of these chocolate bars over the duration of the games. They've actually partnered with Canada Games, so they are the only store allowed to print this logo. What's really special about this is that $2 from every chocolate bar sold goes directly back to the games. I'm Chantal Koskitsa for Canada Games TV today.
So we know how support is essential for these athletes at the Canada Games. Our next story by Robin Batchelor is about 2 speed skating athletes from Team BC that do absolutely everything together.
For teammates Amy Cave and Maria Kim, getting to compete at the Canada Winter Games is pretty special. These fast friends have been practicing and racing together for years, but representing BC at the Games is something new.
We go to the same school too, so we're pretty close friends, and it's just like really fun to experience this with her.
I think I was happier than she was when I found out that she was going, because she's always been there and supporting me. Even when I have bad races, she's always there telling me just forget about it and keep skating and doing my race.
Although there are more than a few differences between the two, the one thing they do share is a passion for the sport.
It's all about making small gains, one step after another, and hanging in there to get to your goal. So both of these girls have done that, and we're just really proud of what they've accomplished.
While Maria has been speed skating for much of her life, it wasn't until the 2010 Winter Olympics that Amy was inspired to take up the sport.
I started a lot later than most of the other skaters, so my speed wasn't as bad, but my technique was a lot worse.
She had a really easy transition to speed skating, so she caught up really fast.
Seeing the pair's hard work pay off has also been rewarding for their coach.
Kids can set a goal and you see them work towards what they want to get, and there they are, they got it. That's why you do it.
Along with the rest of Team BC, Amy and Maria will be pushing for gold when they take to the ice in their home province. Robin Batchelor for Canada Games TV.
Now let's take a break. We'll be right back after this message.
Standby graphics, ready camera one.
If you want to experience the fast-paced world of news,
today on BCIT Magazine, striking,
make magic on a movie set,
frame,
and action,
or bring your creative ideas to life, BCIT's hands-on training will get you started. BCIT television and video production. Your possibilities start here.
Well, it's been another exciting day at the Canada Winter Games, and now we're down here at the Supernatural British Columbia Pavilion.
Yeah, you can come on down, get a little tour of the different areas of the province, and kind of see what BC has to offer. It's pretty neat.
It's definitely something worth checking out. Now taking a look on what's on tap for tomorrow, lots of great sporting events to check out. You can go see women's hockey at the CN Centre, or you can head on over to the Coliseum for Ringette, or to the Northern Sports Centre to watch gymnastics.
That's right, and our reporter Daniel Stevens actually got to meet up with 3 gymnasts from Team Saskatchewan who are actually all brothers, so that's going to be a pretty neat story coming at you later this week.
Yeah, it's pretty spectacular. 3 brothers all competing in the same competition.
Yeah, it is. So when you're heading out to events, be sure to use the hashtag CGTV today, and we'll follow you on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. And check in daily on our website for the latest episode of our show. It airs at 5.
So now we have an amazing story about 3 skiers from Team BC who stuck together during a very challenging year. Our reporter, Zach Singer, has a story for you.
You have to be there. Yeah, my birthday was on Sunday. We're going to party like it's Sunday. Yeah, we're up and doing interviews. Look at that. Thank you. Yeah.
These 3 best friends and teammates from Team BC are about to compete against the rest of Canada and each other in downhill alpine skiing. Christina Natalenko has been skiing since she was 4 years old.
I love the feeling of being on snow, and it's like you get a slide. You don't really have much control like walking or any off-snow sport, so it's a completely different feeling. Okay. I want to hopefully go to the Olympics someday, which is my biggest goal.
I'm very excited to go compete at the Canada Winter Games. It's been my dream, and I'm really excited to see where I place against the rest of the girls in Canada.
Besides just shredding the slopes, Frances also slams down her opponents in competitive wrestling.
It's great fitness for skiing because we do a lot of fitness, like squat jumps, for example. And it teaches you ways to fall so you don't hurt yourself, and that helps prevent injury with skiing as well.
There are always hills athletes need to climb to reach their goals, but when you get to the top of the local mountain where these skiers train, you find out how impossible this season has really been. The biggest challenge for the girls this year has actually been this. the lack of snow. They've had trouble practicing locally, so they had to go elsewhere.
Training's been good. We haven't really trained at Grouse, but we went to Colorado for a couple weeks and Sun Peaks, and that was really nice.
What may have been a problem for some athletes may actually benefit the team in the games.
When we go away on trips, it's even downtime, they're stretching, they're focusing on everything about racing. So no, we've definitely used this as an advantage.
But there's one more serious threat these three have faced.
Francis specifically had an issue of wearing this really, not hideous or horrendous, but a very aggressive neck tube till about last year probably. And we kind of fixed that this year, so that was pretty good.
No matter how they do in the games, one thing is for sure. The snow will definitely be a little better than it was back home. Zach Singer for Canada Games TV Today.
Guys, I think I should like quit skiing and become a rapper.
Hey, this really looks like a fun team. Now we have with us Zach Singer to give us a little updates.
Absolutely. So one of the skiers, Christina Nadalenko, has actually already won a silver medal. So she won that earlier this week in giant slalom. She's so proud to be representing BC here at the Games. I mean, ecstatic to be bringing home a medal. But you know, this is some of the top competition in young athletics across the entire country. So I really think anyone who's here at the Games at all should be proud.
Yeah, they really should be proud.
Interact with us online through Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, and be sure to hashtag all your Canada Games posts with hashtag CGTV Today. Canada Games TV Today airs weekdays at 5 p.m. and 5:30 p.m. at canadagamestv.ca.
So that's it for this edition of Canada Games TV Today. I hope you enjoyed the show. I'm Philippe Baudry. See you tomorrow.
Via Sport Productions is really a way for us to spread out the reach of amateur sport within BC and the world.
We have an opportunity to live stream, we can cover events, all ages and stages of life. And for the first time, we can bring amateur sport to our community and to our province and to our country.
Via Sport is the organization tasked with making sure all the different moving parts in the sport system are aligned so as to deliver the best possible sport and fitness product for every citizen in every corner of the province.
Via Sport is about growing sport and physical activity throughout the province of British Columbia. At the end of the day, we want more people playing more sport for a longer time in more places.